Information technology today plays a crucial role in enhancing productivity and customer service across different industries and businesses worldwide. Televiewers, good evening and thank you for joining us on this live broadcast on Divine Mercy Radio Television. The program hitting your screen at the moment is Issues, and today we take a look at the infotech world, where we shall be looking at the evolution of information technology and the opportunities that come with it. But do not forget, we're not going to leave out some of the challenges that come with this evolution. I am Fomucha Mirabel for presentation. Stay tuned. We shall be joined by some experts in the world of information technology, and I assure you it's going to be an interesting and not only interesting but very educative program today. We are coming back right after the break. Beautiful people, welcome to the program once again, where we look at the world of information technology, and we have some young minds joining us here, but they are experts in their field, and which is the field of information technology. You will bear with me, or you will bear with me, that the world of information technology has been transformed a great lot, and if you are still sleeping behind, that you need to wake up, because this world is taking all over the world. So let us welcome on board. By my left, first we have Mbatebo Lucas. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mimi. Good evening, televiewers. It's a pleasure to be here once again.
Mbatebo Lucas is the Web and Development Manager of the Diocese of Boya, and by my right we have we have them back. Yes, we have Mr. Mba Isaac, who is joining us for the very first time on Issues. It is a privilege having you today.
Thank you, Mimi. Good evening, televiewers, and happy to be here today.
Mr. Mba Isaac is the CEO of Nishang Systems. So we are going to be learning more about Nishang Systems, and especially about the software or a platform known as Erandia. The guys are doing great, so we are going to be learning more about that. But before we get to that, I will be finding out from my guests the role of information technology in today's world. I'll begin with you, Mr. Mba Tebu.
Once again, good evening and thank you very much. I think information technology is information technology, or ICT, is very crucial in our today's world. As a matter of fact, it is indispensable in whatever we want to do. And when we're talking information technology in this case, we're not just talking the professionalization of it, or as an information technology professional, but we are talking about the effective usage of information technology in almost every different profession we have today.
Yeah.
Because the world is fast transforming to an information age, and it's happening very fast. Yesterday we were talking about in the 19th century. We're talking about semiconductors. Now we are talking about processors. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we are talking about artificial intelligence. In some parts of the world, we're talking about artificial intelligence. Meaning that we are already migrating from the stage where we are using information technology to solve our problems to the stage where information technology is using itself to solve our problems. So we realize that we are even delayed, and we have the responsibility to catch up. Because if we don't catch up, irrespective of the field you find yourself, you realize that you'll basically, I don't want to use the word useless, but you'll be practically ineffective in whatever
you're doing,
and your talent or your usefulness might not be very much needed in this new digital age.
Exactly, and we know that it has changed. Like you said, it's having a lot of impact in the business and the social world. And so, Mr. Mba, by my right, how has information technology changed the dynamics of the business and the social world?
Okay, good evening, televiewers, and I wish to really talk. There is a lot that is going on, just like my brother Mbatebo have said. Information technology is evolving. We know in the early 2000s, there was a lot of, that was when when we're growing up, you start seeing there was a lot of evolution with mobile phones. Mobile phones were more of a luxury, but it is becoming a time where every child now has a mobile phone that is making you are connected every time. Now, what we just want to say is, in today's business world, if you are not really that tech savvy, then you might fizzle out of the market, because information technology is coming to change the dynamic of business. Now, you see, like during COVID, let's bring COVID for example. During COVID, you see, people were staying at home, but they had to take care of their needs. So you see, information technology was a very good tool for you to order online, and then delivery is done at your doorstep. That is when we are saying that the world is having issues, and these issues are coming up. Information technology is helping the world to live up to the issues. Now, if you are a business person, let me just give an example. Now, if you are a business person, you see, many people now don't have shops. You go to WhatsApp status now, everybody has a shop.
That's where their shops are found.
And it's changing the dynamic of the market. So if you don't have WhatsApp now, you might say just to one person a day. I bought a lot of things online from people's status. That's the power of information technology. So information technology is coming to change the game as far as the business sector is concerned. And talking about artificial intelligence, maybe when we will be exploring, just like what my brother was saying, artificial intelligence is coming to stay, but somehow in our own part of the world we are still a step back when it comes to artificial intelligence. But talking basically about information technology and the business persons, if you have a shop, like you have a shop and you are always on the move, now how do you make sure that the shop is secure? You need one way or the other to install maybe a software. In that software, is like your eyes are there. You are using like gunboat diplomacy. You are putting your eyeglasses there and moving away. The person that wants to steal will be afraid to steal, because there is a control of a software that control the stock that comes in and the stock that goes out. So just like I had a friend, he's living in Boya, but he has a business in Bamenda. He controls the purchase of the business. Everything he buys, he inputs on the software. He's in Bamenda. They are selling in Bamenda, and he's getting everything here. So with information technology, every business person should embrace it now, because information technology is coming to stay. Everything is almost becoming virtual now, and the way the society is going, we don't know. Maybe the way God made it. Challenges were supposed to come, but before then we were prepared with information technology to secure the businesses.
Okay, thank you so much. Just coming back to you, Mr. Mbatibo, because you talked about the COVID-19, which came and people had to still do what they were doing, but some other persons they have the opinion that we were being caught in the middle of the game, because COVID-19 came so abruptly, of which we knew that it was something of the foreign world, it will not come to us so soon. And especially studies was not very easy at that time, because it met some of us who have not embraced the world of IT, and it met some of the lecturers, especially in the university, who are not IT savvy. And do you think that we have grown past that age? Because COVID-19 is just few years away, which it came few years away. Do you think we have grown, we are ready now for this IT world?
At individual levels, I can say people are ready, or I can say a good number of people seem to be ready. But as an institution, at an institutional level, I don't think we are ready, because like I was discussing with my brother by outside, you see, information technology comes with some basic requirements.
Exactly.
There are some necessary infrastructure which has to be in place for an effective and thriving economy driven by tech. And as a matter of fact, as we speak, I don't think we have that available resources that can drive an effective tech-driven industry. What we have at the moment are just few individuals who are using their their basic skills to conduct 1 or 2 level of businesses, WhatsApp status, Facebook influencer, TikTok influencer. That is good, and it's changing lives because people are making a living out of it. Some have retired from traditional jobs to just become social media influencers that are making 3-4 times the amount of money they used to make, which is good. But that is not all. We are looking at the information technology as a way of life, in such a way that our day-to-day existence as a country, as a people, is integrated with the use of ICT, whether it's in teaching and learning, talk about because learning, whether it's in processing government documents, whether it's to do applications, whether it's to get a government service, whether it's to get information. So we are talking about where the entire nation is totally submerged and integrated into this information technology. And I think in that case, the second case, we are far from there. But in case of individuals trying to get the advantage of digital age, selling online, doing brand influencing, trying to study, trying to learn new skills on YouTube and so on, I think we are making strides. Are we in our majority? Absolutely no. Why? Still because as a state or as a country or as a society, we lack the necessary infrastructure. Because you might have internet here, but someone in a Kiliwindi does not have access to internet. Exactly. Someone in Ashong, in Bali, or someone in Salapumbe, for instance, the East region, might not have access to internet. So those are natural barriers which deprive millions of Cameroonians the opportunity to be fully integrated into this very, 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 very important revolution which has come to stay.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Mba. I want us to look at something practical. Let us take Moliko. Downtown Moliko as an example, because we know that a lot of things that are being sold, sometimes you get into a business and your focus, you have a particular target population, and some of this target population, they don't spend time on the way moving around the road, because when you want to have a shop, people always say, no, I want to be closer to the road, so that you have people walking along the road who can spot it exactly for exposure. But the dynamics are changing, like we are saying, and the dynamics are changing, but we find some of these business people, they are still stuck in the past, because we call that the past, because most people have evolved, but there are some businessmen and women who are still there, maybe not because they want to be there, but because they don't have that zeal or that push to find out what is this infotech world all about, and how can we really make it better. So what is your assessment of this situation, especially in Moliko, and how do you think we can make it better for small businesses?
Okay, I just want to share a small story about those that are reticent, that don't want to embrace technology. When we just want to take the case of mobile money. When mobile money started, I was in UB, and there was always a promotion at the MTN gate that they say if you create a mobile money account, you are going to have 5,000 francs of credit. I passed there often, but I had no interest to go there and even create a mobile money account. And fast forward, this is 2024, and everybody now, nobody can do without mobile money. Now you beg them to create an account for you. Before, they were begging you to create an account. So what I just think is, these people have not understood what they are missing if they are not embracing technology. Now, if you are a business person, I've been contacted by many business persons that need software to control their business. At times, they don't know computer. I will need to teach them computer and teach them the software, because everybody is seeing that technology has come to stay. And if you fizzle yourself out, you see now, even you go to the village, you have the grandmas and the rest, they want to have WhatsApp on their phone.
Exactly.
They just want to belong, because it's like, if you are not on WhatsApp and the rest, you don't belong to this age. You are from the age of Apostle Paul and all those days of the Old Testament. So I think it is hard time. That's why I think is also we that are a little bit tech savvy are also going to look for a way to educate these people the importance of information technology to their business. I think maybe we'll look for seminars, and the Cameroonian way, people we don't know if they are going to embrace it, but we need to make them to understand that if you want to take your business to the next level, you need information technology, because the world is becoming a global village. We are not more an island before. So if you want anything, you must not stay. I don't remember many things that I bought from the roadside. I just go online, WhatsApp status, you see this one, and then you get it from there. So there will come a time when people, if you care, you are in your house, people will meet you there. Sure. If you put the information where people can find it. Yeah. And that is why my brother was saying that if you go online, people are becoming influencers. Influencing now has become a lucrative job. Yeah. That you ask somebody, say, I'm an influencer, I'm a content creator, and all the rest. That's the power of information technology, where people come and pay you to sell their brand. And when they are watching that video, at the same time we are laughing, somebody is passing a message. That is the evolution of information technology. So everybody should embrace this particular, because it has come to stay. And as we are talking now, the next phase of information technology is on the way, which is already embraced somewhere else, which we were talking about AI. But in Cameroon, we are still timid. Just like my brother said, because the infrastructure is not there. But the infrastructure will certainly come. But before the infrastructure come, let opportunity start preparing, so that when it comes, you grasp it. You don't wait for it to come. So I think for now, every business person is supposed to look for a way to upgrade, at least to be tech savvy to a level, to take the business to the next level. Because this time, if you remain behind, you remain forever. You remain forever behind.
Yes, I want to. When we are talking about the businessmen and women, most of them are graduates, which means that the went through the four walls of the classrooms and finally they got themselves at that level. What can you say about our educational system today? Are we really incorporating the IT, the information world to our students?
It's a yes and no an answer, because yes, in the sense that I think at different levels, secondary school level, even primary school level, people are school authorities, promoters, depending on what you want to call them, they are making efforts to integrate digital literacy within the classroom. You see, they do ICT, kind of basic. The schools have some kind of labs. That is the theoretical aspect of it, but in reality, these things don't really work. If you take a sample of 10 schools with labs, most of the schools don't have labs. Let me take the schools that have at least computer labs. You take a sample of 10 schools with computer labs, you realize that Isaac, I'm sure he knows better, he's installed labs in so many schools. You realize that 7 of them, the computers, either all the computers don't work or majority of the computers don't work, and there's nobody there to maintain it, and so you realize that apart from the theoretical aspect, they might say what is a mouse, what is a CPU. In terms of the practicality of it, we are deeply lacking, and that explains the reason why you see a university graduate cannot do a CV. You see people go to school and have master's degree, but they cannot even switch on a computer properly. It is not because in their schools they didn't really have some of these things, but either it was there and it was never working, or they didn't really have the opportunity to really engage in practical subjects that can really improve their skills. And as a matter of fact, it is not really a mandatory. I think that our whole curriculum can be restructured. It can be restructured in a way that takes into consideration the things we really need: technology, agriculture, engineering, so that these subjects can be made mandatory at a very, very broad level. So that, and then we must invest. We must ensure that we have laboratories which work. But apart from schools, parents will also have a responsibility. If you realize that these are changing, because as a parent or a guardian, the responsibility to groom or train a child lies with you. Hands, yes, so if you realize that these are important things, you can always get a desktop computer. I remember you were with me the other day. I think a few years back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need a computer. But the kids were, just look at the age, they were 3 years, 5 years. But you were so bothered about getting a computer to be in the house, so that because you believe that, or you understand that even if they have computer in school, it will not be enough. They still require that home training. That is the difference. That is what makes a child that's just the difference between failure and success in life. This little investment we do today, it is what will differentiate your child from another person's child in future. Because whether we like it or not, Cameroon will not remain forever a country where people will be recruited based on who they know. There will be a time where no matter who you know, you require competence to work and make money. And at that point in time, the difference will be the little things we do at this stage.
Beautifully put, Mr. Mbatebo. Mr. Mba Isaac, if you were to open a school today, what are some of the things you will incorporate to boost information technology?
Okay, thank you very much. Just to start from that point of the schools. You see, in some university, even at the level of university, my brother Mr. Matebo knows the experience we have with some institution. You build a system that will help a student get result from home.
Yeah.
You don't need to come to school to get your result. You can sit, if you travel, you can just stay at home, you get your result. A student will confidently come and tell you that better at that time when they be the print will come and take it manually.
They themselves don't want to embrace this information age.
There is an initial. There's an initial. That's why we call. That's why in every society there are policy makers.
Yeah.
It starts from the top. If I open my school today, just like in my company, I said I will not hire anybody because of certificate. Show me what you can do.
What can you bring?
Yes.
If you prove what you can do, because I was hired for my first job without a certificate.
Exactly.
So it became a foundation for me to know that life is not, certification has fizzled out of the whole thing. Now, we are talking about practicality. Just like my brother said, it's not very soon. In Cameroon now, just the government is going online. CMPS declaration is online.
It's online, yeah.
That's when
taxes
are online.
Yeah.
The government has started implementing measures that is migrating online. Now, if I open my school today, the first thing I'm going to do is the ratio. You might have a computer lab, but what is the ratio of students to computer? How many students can take one computer? 80% of my courses are going to be in the computer lab, because the student need to be friendly with the computers. Know what the computer, just like it's not to know what is a mouse, what is a keyboard, what is. I might use it. I don't even know if it is a mouse or not. If I use it for what it is for,
that's the most important.
That's the most important thing.
Of course.
That's how the society. That's why the society, our mentality need to change. Not giving me the definition of a mouse, but let me use a mouse and understand what it is all about.
Exactly.
Like I used to tell somebody, I have a very controversial way of looking at life. If I speak to you and maybe my English is bad, if you laugh at me, I don't care. But all is that English was for communication.
And
did you understand what I'm saying? Because that's the way successful people are made.
Yeah.
If we want to succeed as a society, we should shift this. There is a standard, like the Bible says, that we should move from the elementary. There is an elementary that has entered our mindset that is like came from the colonialism that we are still adopting. So if I open my school today, I'm even planning that maybe if I'm opening a school now, to be very frank, I'm not opening a school that will take more than 100 students. I will identify you per your skill and make sure that you remain in that skill, and I develop you in that skill. I will not tell you to go and do mathematics and draw insect and name the part of the insect, because those things are taking away precious time that you were creativity from the child. The child is becoming lazy and forgetting that creative part. So if I'm not,
I used to ask, let me just cut you. I used to ask myself all the house flies that I used to draw while I was doing IT sciences while in high school. How is it benefiting me today?
That's the question. Imagine you spend that time learning how to to create a robot or to design a robot. Energy to draw a human heart. You have no interest to become a medical doctor. You draw a heart. A heart is complicated to draw. You draw a heart and name and then you cram me. You draw
like we are saying, those things are important when you have identified the passion of someone and say, okay, this person wants to be a medical doctor or a surgeon. Then you start drawing the human heart. But why will I be interested in history and I'm drawing the human heart?
That is the issue.
That's a reform, and that's why I wish that we the youth, as we are growing up with our mentality, they say we are the leaders of tomorrow. The change starts with us. I told somebody that if I'm made minister of maybe higher education or secondary education, the first thing is I will send experts out of the country. They go to those developed like nations like Japan, see the way there are nations that they don't do examination. Like you go and sit in the examination hall and they score you an A grade, and then you come back and you say you have 24 points, but you cannot do anything with the 24 point. They see what you can do. Just like the nursery, I like the way the nursery and the pre-nursery are made. From what I saw is they don't rank students again. They see,
and most of the schools don't rank students any longer.
So that is a way of breaking out. So if we want to implement this thing successfully, if the school is failing, it goes back to the parents. Let every parent have a computer at home. If the school does not have a computer lab, at your own level, you are a government in that your own house.
Exactly.
Buy a computer for your children. This is holiday. Let them go and learn holiday. For example, me I also have another controversial view that many people know me as a gamer. I told some people that gaming improves somebody's IQ. Gaming improves the IQ of the child. How does that work? In the last year of my university, I had a friend. We used to play game for 6 hours. We read for 2 hours and we play game for 6 hours. Within that time, that was the best time we have our best result. We play football games. How does gaming improve my IQ? If I'm playing a team and an opponent is coming, my brain starts working on how to tackle that opponent. That's my IQ. So I'm working a strategy to tackle that man and make sure the person does not score me.
So you see a problem and you start looking for a way to solve it. That problem. Mm-hmm.
People is excessive gaming is bad. Anything that is excessive is bad. The gaming like this shooting and the rest are not good per se, but they are games that open the IQ of the child, and the child thinks if you are in a particular puddle, how do you come out of that puddle? It's from experience. Your system is like this artificial intelligence was what the human brain was supposed to work, but some of us, food and drink has suppressed it. So artificial intelligence has come now to tell you that this is what you were supposed to do. So just to summarize, is going back to our education system. We must change the way we do things. We must change the way we give courses. If courses are 80%, 60%, if courses are 10, like 5 of them should pass through the computer lab so that the children become familiar with computer. Very soon you hear that you are going to Canada, you are going to this one, you go there, you are frightened to touch the computer. You are not only putting yourself to shame, you are putting Cameroon to shame, and you are putting Africa to shame. So we start familiarizing ourselves with this one. It starts from the education, then it goes back to the house.
Okay.
Buy computers and give the children to learn so that they become used to information technology.
So it's something, it's a collaborative effort from the part of the parents and the part of the academic institutions and the government, like you guys have said.
Certainly.
Now, Mr. Mba Isaac, you are CEO of Nishang Systems. Nishang Systems, I would like you to tell us a little bit more, but most especially to tell us about the Erandia platform which you're working on right now. Okay,
Nishang System started as a problem solving enterprise.
Okay.
Yeah, because we discovered that the best way to be relevant in the society is for you to start solving problems. If you solve a problem, you keep being relevant. The day you stop being relevant is the day you stop solving problems. Now, we started with school management systems, and there was a challenge that we found that we wanted to address. Now, Marami, you bear me witness now that if you go to your WhatsApp status, you'll see a lot of people, both English and French, in need of a room, in need of this, in need of that. Another person has a room somewhere
and cannot find someone to occupy that room.
Cannot find someone to occupy that room. If you are going to Moliko now, maybe your car is having an issue. Maybe you have an engine problem. There's why we know Kan Yabasi. Kan Yabasi is not just one house that you go and enter there to buy a car part.
Yeah.
You need exactly the car part so that if you are going to Douala, you are just going to pick up
a specific environment.
To the specific environment. So that is where the idea of Erandia came from.
Okay.
Now, Erandia is a concept of running errands. It runs errands for you and make sure that what you could For example, you are also busy now.
Yeah.
You have an occasion on Sunday. You need Okongobong to prepare for that your occasion. Now there is one mommy that was supposed to go to the farm today and take the Okongobong to the market, but because of a funeral she could not go to the market. Now that Okongobong is in the farm and nobody is there to buy. You are there looking for Okongobong to buy. Now what a ranger just allow you to do is a ranger will allow you to go to the portal. There are two concepts there. You can either go there and search Okongobong, and every single, because we are going to onboard a lot of businesses, we are in the conception part now. Every single business is going to be inside that particular platform, at almost no cost, because our target is let us solve the society problem first. Because I love the way like Facebook came up. Facebook came, it just came like you were just browsing there for free, and it helped to solve a problem. And I wish that this Eranja will also solve the problem of buyers having to meet sellers at almost no cost. So you just need to go there. If your mother is there in the village, you just need to go to Eranja, the Eranja app. You register her as she is selling cocoa, she is selling plantain, she is selling Okongobong, and this is her location. Now if I want to buy plantain, if I type plantain and search on Eranja, the numbers of everybody that is selling plantain will come out. I call and negotiate. Eranja does not allow you to sell. That's why we say information technology, the importance of information technology to the business. Now you are listing now. You are listed on Eranja with your telephone number, so that if I want to get to you, I call you. We don't organize it because a lot of people are afraid of scams online. Definitely. And that's why if you go to our platform, we discourage any payment. You just go there, you call the person, you negotiate, you meet the person, you pay. That's what we do.
Payment on delivery.
Payments on delivery. You must feel it, you must touch it before you pay. Now, if you have your car and your car engine has an issue, just snap it. Eranja now gives you the second option. Then the system can run an errand, because it took us 3 years to write the algorithm for sending information to businesses, so that if you are into fashion, you should not receive errands, you should not receive information about things that are not that don't concern you. That will be a lot of junk data for you. So we build an algorithm that matches business with requests. So you can just go to errand, you tell Eranja that I want this particular thing in this particular vicinity. You run the errand. Now Eranja now will send your request to all businesses having that product that you are looking for with pictures. So if the business have that particular product, now the business calls you and say, I have this product, can we meet and negotiate? Now you see that you can either search or you allow Eranja to search for you and then give your contacts to the businesses. And once you have your product, you just go to Eranja, you tell Eranja that thank you very much, I found what I'm looking for, so that people will not be calling you again. So I think that is where we wanted. There is a need in the society now. WhatsApp is a social media platform. Now we want something that is specific for businesses. So that if, for example, now you are just coming to Boya. I was out. There's a time I went out. I just went to a new society. I wanted to buy a bucket. I didn't know anything about bucket. So I just needed an app to tap bucket, and contacts came out. I called and they delivered my bucket at my doorstep. So that's the area that we are there now. If you go to a new society, you need a particular service and you don't know anything about that society, you just need to know the name of the quarter. As you put the name of the quarter, the Eranja will give you contacts. Then you will find your product and then you negotiate with the person to pay. You don't pay on Eranja. That is just what we want to do. It's just a marketplace.
Wow.
That links businesses. It links the businesses to the buyers. And they do that negotiation, and then the sales take place.
Wow, that's beautiful. So what do you think? What's your opinion about Eranja?
I think it's phenomenal. It's groundbreaking. I think that is a positive step forward in terms of what we need as a society. You know, because whether we like it or not, the society is fragmented. People are isolated. People feel more comfortable having their phones as their best companion.
Yeah.
And it is important that we can have a platform which is like a marketplace of not just ideas but of goods and commodities that you can have easy access. I think that it is wonderful. It is an excellent one, and it comes with its own challenges, which I'm sure the developers will solve. Credibility, how do I buy? I ensure that it reaches me, the quality, and so on. But I think for a start, it's a wonderful initiative. That is what is ascertained in other parts of the world, and I think that is a laudable initiative.
That's beautiful. You talked about people getting more comfortable with their phones, not only for business, but only communication, and it is also hampering on some of the core values we hold as African. I want you to do an assessment of the way we are going about the use of social media, the use of information technology, especially at home. How has it affected families?
Significantly. In 2022, the Holy Father, Pope Francis, I think, and doing the word of communication, picked a theme. It was about how do we communicate with our loved ones. And the Holy Father says that we've lost communication. We've lost it. You see, the advent of digital media has come with its own trouble. It means that Ba and I can be in Boya for 2 weeks, for 2 years, and we can talk only on phone without ever meeting.
Without seeing.
And for the brief moments we happen to meet, we'll still be on phone. So that personal interaction, that one-on-one interaction, because whether we like it or not, there's a difference. There's a feeling. There's this connection you have when you talk to people. People don't want to talk about. People have lost that atmosphere to meet people, share their genuine problems, and have a genuine discussion. Because we are too distracted. Social media, it's a marketplace of aggressive ideas, and so when youth meet, either their topic is being coordinated from what they see on social media, or what they are discussing will likely go on social media. So it becomes difficult. It takes away that whether with parents and kids, whether with siblings, whether with friends, you see, it becomes difficult. And because of that, it has killed communication. We don't communicate effectively. We no longer listen. People don't listen. You have a problem, not even a problem. You have a worry, and you don't have somebody who listens to you. Just say, for instance, I might have a worry, and you want to share with somebody. You meet that person, you say that, hello, I there's something which is disturbing me. You say, what is the problem? You say, it's not really easy. I just realized that I don't have a job. I don't know the kind of business that I can do. That's why the hope is not there. You know. So you see, because they don't have time. They don't want to end the conversation. Nobody has the time to like, have you tried this one? Have you tried this? Why don't you learn a new skill? Have you tried computer? I saw a vocational school there. If you have 20,000, why don't you enroll for 3 months? With this computer, you can start this program. You can have a documentation. When you know molecular is buzzing, there's a new shit. Nobody has that time. It's just that, oh really? That's why the other day, Julie tell me to say, Ibat. Big country, don't spoil my sister. You hear that a table of fake food. You worry. That is it. So it has taken away. It has invaded our communities, it has invaded our privacy, and it has taken away that one-on-one, that personal touch, that interaction that used to be the centerpiece of African society. And that is why you see that we are fast behaving like the Western world. We are losing those values. People don't talk to each other regularly. People get their advice more from digital media than from their parents or their partners.
From the influencers,
they follow. The influencers are their models. You go to Facebook. Somebody who has lost both parents. You see that if you had the opportunity to bring one person to life today, who will you call? They say Michael Jackson. So it just tells you the influence of social media, where the people are getting the lessons they think is best for them for life.
And you're getting it from people with different experiences,
different environments, different future, different destiny. So it is catastrophic. It has indeed, I think that has been one of the highest challenge we face in this digital era, managing communication among people, among friends, among family, father, daughter, and friends, and stuff like that.
You are also an IT expert, and you are so much into this IT world. What can you say about what is happening today?
Okay, I would like to bring another part of social media that is dark, which each time I look at it pains me. if anything is going bad, for example, you are somewhere that there's an accident, nobody wants to help. The only thing you want to do is to train.
Yeah.
Let somebody know that you
People don't want to help, they want to train.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The word training has become, because if you go to social media, training is part of monetization. Yeah. The more you train, the more you get paid.
Money.
So
the more you do the odd things, the more you get paid. And I think you have to talk about that too.
Exactly.
The more negative you are, the more people like you.
Thank you.
The more controversial you are, the more people welcome you. Yeah. So that's why I was saying that if I was a legislator, if I was an MP in the parliament, I will pass a legislation in the parliament that says if you are caught in an accident scene trying to take a photo, it can be punishable. So that will bring back that core value, the African mentality.
Those emotions, the feelings. How do you feel for that person who is lying down there?
It's not your family member. I saw a very graphic accident that somebody had to post on the WhatsApp status.
And we don't even know what to post sometimes.
Those are you post that person because it's not your family member. If you had emotions, the first thing is to help. Yeah. Forget about when the other day there was a car that was there was a small incident in front of CCA. There was a car that caught fire, the taxi. Okay. So everybody was with the phone struggling to smashing my leg. Somebody was smashing my leg and trying to pass and get it from the phone and put on the status. Now, what happens if you put on your status? Now, what next? What is the outcome of that thing you are putting on your status?
To have so many comments.
To have many comments and do what?
Which
what
brings
if
nothing
you
to
were
you?
the one? Put yourself in that shoe. That is the African way. We always put, especially the Anglophone way. The Anglophone way is you put yourself in somebody's shoes. Yeah. That's why that's what makes Anglophone peculiar. Another thing about social media is the word influencer. I don't know what they influence, because I need to understand where the word influencer came from. Because these people, influence, you can either influence somebody positively or negatively. 98.9% of the time they are influencing negatively. There are many, if you go to social media, there are many ladies that have failed marriages that say they are marriage counselors. How will somebody that have a failed marriage, because the only thing is that
I've learned a lot.
So they have their experiences.
The only word that can come out from a failed marriage, from a failed lady is that men are scum. There is no other thing, because you are trying to put yourself. Not everybody is the same. So you don't have, because somebody, maybe because of your attitude, you are maltreated. You are not going to bring. You will not tell us. You will not
bring us that attitude part of yours. Exactly. You're only going to tell us the other side.
Exactly. That's always a problem. Now, there is another thing that is with social media. There are social media terms that they coin it to make things. Let us come back to the Christian life. There is part of Christianity that there were words that the Bible was used, that if you hear of the word, it brings fear to you not to even do that act. Let's bring the first word, like baby mama. Baby mama is a syndrome that might be caused by two things. It might either be caused by the man or by the lady. We don't blame anybody in the case of a baby mama. But where did that word come from? Where did we have that word baby mama? In those days, it was either the child was born out of wedlock. If they say out of wedlock, the word is very big. You will think that they will not be. Let them not say that this child is born out of wedlock, because that particular word is very heavy. So because the way they want to continue in evil now, they coin a term.
I mean, it's so sweet.
And call it baby mama. If you are baby mama, who is a baby papa? A baby mama without a baby papa.
Have a baby papa.
If not, you are a bastard. And we bring the word bastard now. You see now that if we bring back that word bastard, people will start thinking twice. Like a man will start thinking twice. Like, how will I be alive? And they call my child a bastard. Then the man will take care of that child. So you see another thing. Somebody will go and say, a lady that has fornicated. Somebody will come and ask you how many times have you fornicated? Those are scriptural terms that when you hear it, you know it is what we call sin. There is no other thing. To make it, they will bring out grammar, the social media term, and they will ask you how many body count.
Oh, that's amazing. I've never heard of that.
They'll ask that.
I've heard of that, but I didn't know the meaning of it.
Body count is how many people have you fornicated with. So it is now making you, and you see somebody will probably say 10. And when you say 10 like that, people will come and be commenting.
And that's where you have the 4,000 comments, 4K comments, the traffic is there.
So where are we going to? Now, if you go even online, you see ladies that have become, there is a trend in the world. If you follow the trend, the people that succeed are the people that do something that is not, in our African mentality, that is not right.
Yeah, out of our values.
That is out of our value. If my brother now wants to train, I'll advise you now to start dressing. It's not that I'm not against people dressing like ladies. If you start dressing like ladies, like doing like all this type of transgender, you become a model of the society. Because there are some people, I don't know who are the people that are furnishing this transgender, but these people are progressive in the society. And another thing that the social media bring above all these things is fake life. A lot of fake life. I've seen so many people. There's a new guest house in Moliko there. I've seen so many people go there and they do skit. If it were a Nigerian maybe skit, I would have known that is their personal house. It brings untold pressures on the young boys. Why should I look? You see, these people, they go and snap on somebody's. They'll go and snap and say, "This is my car. This is my new house."
Fake lifestyle everywhere.
Fake lifestyle has become the standard of the day because of the so-called word influencer. That's how they have been. That's how good they have really been influencing the youth with fake life and bringing fake words. That is why I think the church has a very big work to do. The church is supposed to address this thing. The church need to become contemporary. Maybe we'll come to that later. The church need to become contemporary to call black and white. I don't think that if I tell somebody, if you do something wrong, if you say you have 10 body count and you have fornicated with 10 men, I'll tell you that you have fornicated with 10 men and that thing is bad. I don't think there is anybody that should come and tell me to come and apologize and I'll be apologizing. I don't move by the public opinion. That's an African value. If you think I'm wrong, then you go to the West. I will not judge you. You see that we are taking these are the only thing Africa is taking from the West. But the good thing that the West is doing,
things that they are not doing, we are not taking it because, we are talking today about this evolution in the infotech world. If we open a platform now, just to say for free, you want to educate people for free, daily, on how you can make use of your computer, how you can make use of your social media handles better, how you can monetize your Facebook pages. Nobody wants to listen to it.
Nobody.
But if we open a platform today and we start talking about how good you can be in bed, so Tebo, I don't know what is happening to the youth today, especially.
It is peer pressure and the negative influence of social media, just like Isaac rightly put it. You see, because of the quest for people have studied the mind of others and realized that we are generally how can I put it? We are generally bad news friendly or scandal friendly. It is easier to get thousands of people react to a nude or a leaked naked picture of somebody than to get 10 persons to react about something substantial that another person has done. And people are picking into it. There's this lady that recently trended in Nigeria. I'm sure you must have heard about her. Her account was recently deleted.
On TikTok,
Instagram, and the rest, because she went wild with the kind of stuff insult and things and demand she was making on social media. And it's really changing the dynamic because people spend most of their time, if they are active for 10 hours, 7 of those hours they're on social media. And so when you keep consuming a particular content, and what the social media does is that the algorithm plays on you. So when you like those funny kind of influence,
it keeps recommending to you
similar thing. And when you consider a lie told 1,000 times can be taken for
truth.
Yeah, so when you keep consuming those things regularly, it becomes a lifestyle. Like some of these social challenges Isaac is talking about. Once you keep getting that information morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening, morning. So at some point in time, in your mind, it becomes reality. You think that is how the world works. You think that's how things are supposed to be done. Yeah. But meanwhile, that is very, 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 very much different from reality. And that's why you see young people are suffering from depression. Young people are committing suicide. Young people are failing. Because at the end of the day, they might realize that the social media lifestyle or the social media way of life is different from realities. And so, because people fake, you cannot know what is true and what is not true. You see, you put unbearable pressure to yourself, and at some point in time, you have to break. And it is what it is. Mm-hmm. It is really difficult to handle this going forward.
Before we continue, let us take on these messages coming in. Good day. The idea of Erandia is really great, but then don't you think putting people's personal identifiable information in bracket phone numbers out there in plain text will compromise their security? Maybe the accounts be created using their phone numbers for 2FA. I really don't understand. Maybe the infotech people. Okay. This is directed to you, Mr. Mba.
Okay. So I think it's a good. Every single system has its own security challenges. Mm-hmm. But what we are looking at is like the solution we are implementing now. This is not the first. We were looking at what you stand to gain from Erandia. If you don't want to put your telephone number on the system, it's open. If you want your email, because it's either why we use telephone number, because it's something that is very practical in the African society.
Exactly. And even when you look at the Facebook adverts now, they always put you can contact us by WhatsApp or you contact us. So the number which is being put there should be the business number, not the individual wants to buy, right? The person who owns in a business. Mm-hmm. And I think what I know when it comes to businesses have their official numbers. Sure. I think that is what should pertain in every business, whether you want to come to Erandia or not. I think that is what should pertain. Okay, let me just hold you there because we are running out of time. We have this one coming in. Good evening to you people out there. I like following this program always. Thank you so much. John Rex writing from Yaoundé. John Rex, thank you. How is Yaoundé this evening? Please, Mark, can I get okay, this one is more private for the house. So we'll get to you inbox, John Rex. You're requesting for an information. We are going to get to you inbox, John Rex from Yaoundé. Thank you for contacting us. Now, we have looked at the challenges and the opportunities which come with information technology. I want us to briefly, how can we use information technology without compromising our values? Before we leave, we have just 2 minutes to go. How can we embrace information technology, especially when it comes to the level of the family, without compromising those core values we have? Mr. Tebo?
I think that to begin with, we have to have a state, just like any other thing. Mm-hmm. You must have objectives and clearly defined objectives and stated goals in terms of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Information technology generally has come to stay. At the same time, we have that self-responsibility to institute some kind of self-policies on what we really want to achieve. Okay. Because it is really difficult to monitor in terms. You can really do that for kids, but when people are grown up or they've gone past the kid stage, it's really difficult to control. But at the same time, we have a responsibility to clearly define our goals in how can this be of help to us? What do we really need this for? Is it more important for me to know all the options in a WhatsApp than how to do a CV of my own? Yeah. How do I use this for the betterment of my life or my career? How do I use this to improve? And it's just like life out of internet. You need self-discipline. You need to know what you want. You need to set clear goals. because the goals will guide you and keep you away from distractions so that you can achieve those goals.
Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac.
I think I will just briefly talk on 4 things. We start from the top. Government policies. We need the government to implement policy. That's why I said there is a TikTok that is for Chinese people, and there's a TikTok for you if you are out of China. That's a government policy, and it's very possible in Cameroon, where the Cameroon government controls the internet. The Cameroon government can control what material is consumed in the public. So that is government policy. The second part, I think, is we go back to the church. 80% of Cameroonians go to the church. The church needs to be contemporary. We know what happened with Adam in the Garden of Eden. We go and sin against people. We go and do things against God. Then we blame Adam. Now, we have been hearing stories of Adam since Sunday school. Let us come back now and look the society, what is happening to the society, to become sermon in the church now. So that the church start talking against the society is to make these people uncomfortable against their act. So the church need to go back and bring the teaching that are contemporary with this particular is, and tell the youth that this thing you people are doing, don't call it this, call the spade a spade. Then we go to the third one. It goes back to the family. The family has a lot to do. The parents, most of us that were here, most of us that were before this Gen Z, you know, the way we were disciplined, but discipline has left some families now. The parents will allow the child to be playing with the phone. No, you have to make sure that you, the parent, you are going to put in policy in the house, in that particular family, that control the use and access of internet and the material that is consumed, both in programs and the rest. Then lastly, now it becomes personal. You take your personal decision on what to consume or what not to consume. Have what it makes you peculiar. Have personal values that you implement. I think if we can implement these 4, then the society, information technology will come to be more of a help than harming the society.
Thank you so very much. Before we let you go, do you have a website?
Website nishansystem.org.
All right, thank you so very much. nishansystems.org. It's been a wonderful discussion today. We have all learned. I have also learned so many things from the young minds, but very intelligent. Thank you so very much. And to all of those who watched us, we say thank you. For those who contributed, I can remember one person in Yaoundé. The other person did not tell us where he was writing from, but thank you for your contribution. I hope that Erandia has taken it into consideration and will definitely work on it. That was it for today's edition of the program. Stay tuned to DMR TV for other interesting programs coming up. Our rebroadcast comes up on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Until our next edition on Friday at 5 p.m., remain blessed.